Tom, I would assume the frustration is at a peak at the moment. That is not really what you would have wanted from today.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously we identified this as a really good game for us. We was really looking forward to this one, and we've fallen short, to be totally honest. So we'll take that on board, and we'll continue to try and to rectify it and get better each week.
I think the biggest problem was it felt a lot like the second half on Wednesday. There was a severe lack of creativity for most of the game.
Yeah, I think we started really well. I think for probably the first 20 minutes we were the better team, but 0-0 at that period. I don't think we had enough shots and crosses and stuff whilst we was on top. But then the ball tended to turn into who can clip the ball channel best, which suited them. When they were under the cosh and cleared the ball, they were able to weather it and try and get up the pitch. We probably didn't do that particularly well, and that's probably the difference. Two strange goals just before half time, obviously with Harry clearly offside on the goal line, influencing Flitz not being able to claim the ball, but that was 1-0, and then a penalty that the referee didn't even know which player had fouled him, so it was very strange. But 2-0 down, and we came in and we've got to try and pick ourselves up, which we did our best. Paul in particular talking at half time. I mean, this is pretty much the Paul Ward blooming game every season now if these stay in our league and we stay in this league. So it means a hell of a lot to him, and he got us all going. But to be honest, I don't think the lads truly believe we was good enough to go get 2 goals back. And for me, with the players we have on the pitch, we're more than good enough. I think we showed for 20 minutes plus that we were more than good enough to go get something from that game. But again, a couple of interesting decisions again, which I don't like to call out referees because ultimately they battered us. They beat us. It was 6 or 7, whatever it was. They were by far better than us overall in the end. But maybe goals at wrong times is what's really cost us and made a huge difference. And credit to them because they just plugged away. They're typical UCL side really, channel balls, work hard. I feel like the big lad up front. Obviously Cots is a useful player, but more than that, we more than matched them for periods. I just think maybe the belief they believed they'd go on and get something. Maybe we probably didn't, particularly in that second half, and that was probably the major difference. Little differences throughout the game and have accumulated to a big scoreline. But I don't think they were that much better than us despite that scoreline. So credit to them for being clinical, really, I suppose.
It felt a little bit like Wisbeach. We thought that.
I disagree. I thought it was completely different to Wisbeach. Obviously the scorelines are big, but I thought the passion was still there for us. I thought we still worked hard. Wisbeach, I don't think we necessarily did that as much. Today we worked hard, but I think we would, as I say, small little maybe bits of belief where you get that extra few little bits of percent that make a big difference over the course of a whole game. Maybe that wasn't there, and Wisbeach was different. Wisbeach we rolled over. We didn't roll over today. They were just better than us, to be so honest.
And I thought the defending was probably a bit iffy again. You've got caught out a couple of times over the top, which will be frustrating, I'm sure.
Yeah, obviously, even at 2-0, when we come out second half, we've got to be on the front foot. We've got to try and be high and try and influence the pitch further up. And obviously, their out ball with their channel balls means that they're clipping in behind and hoping that one of the lads pace or they're able to get all the pitch. So that was always going to probably be the case once we were chasing the game, especially at 3-4 when they got the next 2. It was always just going to be we were going to be high and we were going to try and hope for the best because. Sounds stupid, but if you're 4-0 down, you may as well lose 6 on the off chance that you may get 4-4 or something daft like that. So that's always going to be the case. I mean, we're not going to be a side that sits back and accepts that we're 4-0 down. That's never me. That's not in us. We were here to try and get something, even at 2-0 at half time, at 3-0 early on in the second half. We were keen to go get something, and again, we've fallen short because. It is what it is. They were slightly better than us. I
suppose it doesn't help when you lose probably one of your most creative players in Finn Armand in the week. Is that something you'll be looking to rectify over the next couple of weeks?
Finn's creative, is he? No, Finn's a good lad. Obviously we're disappointed he's gone, but we wish him well. We love Finn. He's a good part of our dressing room and a good local lad that we're pleased that we've able to help back up the ladder, and that's part and parcel of being a Step 5 football club, is you can give people a platform to show off. We've done that with various others, and as you see, we're a very young side again today. Other than me in that back 4, we are a very young back 5. We're a very young side with people that have had good games over this season and will continue to impress, I'm sure. So yeah, we will obviously look to add an additional 2. We're probably a man short really overall before Finn left. We could have been a bit mean and not let him go, but obviously when he's saying I'll be there for you, but they've said I can start at step 3, it's hard to be the guy that stops his development. So I wasn't prepared to be that person, especially when we've had other guys that have been doing well. So yeah, all the best to Finn, and we're looking to add a few that I'm hoping make a big difference going forward.
And a big response needed now. You've got a chance to put things right on Tuesday in the Links Cup, and then it's on to that big FA Vars game next weekend.
Yeah, we've got big games coming up. I mean, you can say Tuesdays, it's a smaller cup, it's against lower opposition, but Araby are a bloody good side. They've got some good players, we know a lot of them. I've played with a lot of them, I get on really well with their manager. I think they'll be a tough test. They were pre-season in the South Stephen Cup, obviously we did really well to go on and win. So they'll be a hell of a test for us. So it's a great game really for us. I suppose it does ease the pressure a tad that it's not league when we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to make sure we're at the top end of the league because of the talent we have in the group and the expectation that we have. But yes, there's a little bit less pressure off, but there's still an expectancy to go and win a game of football. And as I say, if we can put together, continue the run that we did and play like we did in our first 20 minutes, I think we'll do well for the rest of the season, I'm sure.